Here's why XRP did not skyrocket after the lawsuit with the SEC, after that was dropped. Here's an article here just saying that it climbed all the way up to 260 before retreating back to 243 after that was announced, especially after Brad announced on X, I think it was, that they had dropped the lawsuit after anything official, in my words, official came out. It was just a tweet from him saying that they had dropped it, and it spiked up. If you guys were watching it, when that happened, I can't remember, it was sometime last week. It spiked up, but it it hit that like 260 immediately and started coming down, which kind of goes to my last video, is that there's market manipulation happening. And if you think there's not, then, think what you want to think, but I'm like, wake up. There is, especially in crypto, in crypto, since it's so new and uncharted territory. It's been stabilizing kind of with support at the $2 mark. I'll show you a chart in a second. And where recently it's been, it took a lot to get past the $1 mark. If you remember, when it was at 50 and 60 cents before it jumped all the way up to $3 and some change. What kind of where it's at is, and what this article is saying is, while the lawsuit's resolution is a major milestone, the real legal battle for XRP's value rests on mainstream adoption. So now we're just needing it to get back in to having banks adopt and companies adopt Ripple's technology and using that for cross-border payments, international cross-border payments. And now that they don't have the lawsuit, that will be easier to do, hopefully. And people and companies will start adopting Ripple's technology. Investors looking for massive gains must be patient and watch how Ripple executes its long-term vision in the coming months. And I think keyword right here is long-term vision in the coming months and even years. Because if you are with XRP and if you're like me, then you're holding long-term. It's not just, weeks, or definitely not days and weeks and months. It's like looking at the big picture. And I definitely see XRP still going, 10, 20, 30x from where it's at. It's only at $2 and some 45. Here, we'll just look at the chart. Yeah, it's at $2.44 right now at the recording of this video. And right here I have the good old Fibonacci retracement. As you guys know, I love using the Fibonacci retracement. And I have the 0.5, the 0.618, and the 0.786 is kind of the three main zones I look for. And you can see after this after it hit this high, which I think is its high, down to all the way down to this low where it spiked down all the way down to 180. We have been hitting. There's a lot of resistance at this 0.5, and I would expect when we break, it just depends when that happens, but it will happen. It will break the 0.5, just depends on when. I expect to see resistance and some volume and stuff happening here at 0.618. But after, maybe some at the 0.786, and after that, the new highs, and after that, maybe up to 4 or 450, some areas I have drawn right now. But as you can see, with the Fibonacci retracement right now, we've been hitting that. We've been hitting that point, which is, basically 260, where it went up and came down. And again, like the last video, there's some manipulation going on. And definitely in this area, I think there's, between $2 and 260, there's a lot of manipulation going on. It's definitely an XRP. There's nothing came out like that, the video I shared recently, that someone pled guilty to it, but you just never know. And to think that there's nothing going on, I don't think is a smart way of looking at it, because there's so many possibilities. So why hasn't it skyrocketed? because it needs adoption now. I mean, that's just one thing. It's not just going to shoot up just because of the SEC dropped the lawsuit. That was kind of built in from when it jumped from like 50 cents to 250 or whatever it was 50 cents to 250 last November was a response to speculation that the case would eventually come to a favorable end. So it kind of has already priced that in. And so now we're looking at, reclaiming, just even $2.50 and then $3 and $3.50 and $4, moving up and taking out the all-time high, which I think is still, it's like $3.84 or whatever, depending on what platform you look on. So it's just needing more adoption. I mean, and now the way is kind of paved so it can with the lawsuit dropped. So yeah. Still watching this chart, still keeping up the Fibonacci retracement, seeing how we move in between kind of the $2 mark and the 260. But again, this like dollar cost average is what I'm doing. And if something, if you have some money that you want to put in and you just want to put a little bit, do what you want to do. If it's part of your plan, if you've made a plan and that's part of your plan, then great, stick with it. Again, this isn't financial advice, but I always have loved, and I think it's very smart to dollar cost average, and that's what I do myself. Yeah, I just want to share that with you guys real quick, and go out there, try to make some money, stay vigilant. Catch you on the next one. Peace.